Well, welcome. My name is John Ferman. We appreciate you joining us at this first EDS Leadership Live and Web Stream Conference. We're broadcasting live from the Manor House in Mason, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. And there are individuals in this room, but there's also over 300 registered for the live stream from the US, UK, Australia, Netherlands, Mexico, and a few other countries. So we're really excited to have you on the call with us. This live stream is also closed caption, and we have a number of our members who are hearing impaired. In fact, our guest speaker, Mandy Harvey, is hearing impaired. So I've asked each one of the presenters to give them a little introduction about themselves, their programs, a little bio. So I'll start with mine. My name is John Ferman. I'm the founder of the EDS Awareness Program, Chronic Pain Partners, with my daughter, Deanna, who has hypermobile EDS. We started setting up support groups back in 2012. We have over 120 groups that we've either started or helped to support worldwide. There's over 85 monthly webinars, educational webinars that we conduct, and these are based upon different topics, over 50 different topics related to EDS, and we are continuing with those programs. 2 years ago, we started the first EDS physician online CME educational program. And we've got a wide response for that, again, worldwide. Not everyone needs a CME, but the educational program has more credibility if we can offer that CME to them. We're also working on a CEU program for nurses and healthcare providers. I'm the co-leader for this event. Also, Kendra Nielsen Miles, who will be presenting a little later. And we've been working on this for over a year, and we've had some fantastic speakers that are going to be here with us. And if you'd like to learn a little bit about my history and my family's history, please Google "my wife had EDS and didn't know it." So just a general disclaimer, we do that in all of our presentations. This presentation is general information about EDS and related conditions. Many are going to be personal accounts and stories, observations by non-medical and also medical related individuals. The views and statements expressed in this presentation does not necessarily reflect the views of Chronic Pain Partners or EDS Wellness, the program that Kendra is founded. We do not assume any liability or accuracy for the quality or suitability of the information that's going to be provided. Always consult your doctor before you start, stop, and change any part of your self-care medical treatment. So, EDS leadership training. This is the first time we've tried to do this, and we said, why do you want to do that? Well, there's many people that are isolated, abandoned, desolate. I get emails frequently from people that say, I just got diagnosed with EDS. What do I do now? And the doctors don't understand the condition. Many don't know how to provide treatments or to even diagnose it. So that's a challenge for many of our members as well. Support resources and services come in many shapes and sizes. Some are really distinct and very helpful, others maybe not. So we discovered that when people find a support group, whether it be a Facebook or whether it be an in-person support group, maybe it's an organization they get involved with, they really become more hopeful. So why have a leadership training program? Well, we've discovered too that there's many who have EDS that want to help others that have similar situations, similar conditions. Most with EDS have no organizational skills or training. Group leaders have good days and bad days, like others with EDS, need help. So EDS resources are rarely known and generally unavailable. You can go out and Google and you can find a lot of things, but people don't know where to go. Legal concerns are very important. Kendra will be talking about that a little later, and we need to understand those to protect ourselves and others in the group. So who's coordinating? I mentioned before, our group, Chronic Pain Partners, EDS Awareness, we're a nonprofit. Kendra Nielsen-Miles is the founder of the EDS Wellness Program, and she'll be speaking a little later and introduce her topics. So what's the program all about? Well, we're talking about connecting, supporting, and educating. We want to connect individuals that have EDS and associated conditions with in-person, maybe Facebook, other organizations that can help. We want to support them with informed, reliable, experienced resources. Also, educate through events like this, articles, webinars, videos, and books. We want to provide those kinds of resources. So the mission of Lead EDS is to train and support existing and potential or future leaders to be able to manage their groups to whatever level they want to do it. So we're building and supporting well-educated, confident leaders. The program recognizes the importance of these leaders, and we recognize that they need to have some support. The program offers leadership development programs, and we'll be talking more about that as we go on. Our website is leadeds.com. So I'm going to go through very quickly an overview of the different topics that we're going to be talking about. Dr. Linda Bloomstein has joined us today. She's going to be talking about the EDS, the invisible medical condition. So she's the EDS Awareness and EDS Physician CME Program Medical Advisor. Also, she's on the EDS Wellness Board. She's a founder of Wisconsin Integrative Pain Specialist, and she'll be talking a little bit about that. And obviously, we are not going to go into great much detail about EDS because there's a lot of information out there. This is just intended to give you a general overview of the medical condition. Starting support groups. This is one of the challenges I hear people say, you know, I'd like to have a support group. How do I go about doing it? What kind of support group? Whether I want to have it in person or whether I want to have a Facebook type support group. Where do we go? How do we go about doing that? So Andrea is going to be talking about that. She's a functional training specialist and youth mentor. She's also uses her experience as not only an EDS patient, but a parent and a caregiver. She's on the board of directors of the EDS Awareness, Chronic Pain Partners, and director of the Dayton Zebras that has almost 600 members. We're going to talk about social media. There's a lot of activity on Facebook, and in many cases, people are in rural, remote areas, and the only way they can really connect might be through Facebook or other organizations like that. So Maria is a regional mast cell disease support group leader for over 4 years. During this time, she grew her support group to over 400 members. So she's going to be talking about different aspects of Facebook, how to get it organized, some of the precautions you have to take with that. We're very pleased to have Mandy Harvey here for this program, and I'm going to do a little interview with her throughout this presentation. Had the pleasure last night of eating dinner with her and her agent, who's actually her father, Joe, and we had a very good conversation. Yes, she is a hypermobile, and yes, she has to be careful when she stands up. It's called POTS. So she can really relate to what our members and our leaders are managing and dealing with. She's an award-winning singer, songwriter, and inspirational speaker who lost her hearing at the age of 19 from EDS. Lives in Florida, but actually she was born here in Cincinnati, which I just found out for sure last night. That was exciting. Didn't live here very long, but she now is in Florida, and they lived in Colorado in the past too. So they travel the world. They just came back from Australia, so they've been around. I think they're heading to Cambodia now. That's what she said last night. We'll learn more later. We're going to talk about advocacy, and we know that our leaders and also our members have good days and not so good days. And Amanda had a bad day 2 days ago. She was in the ER, and she is not present right now live, but she's going to give her presentation remotely through a phone call presentation, because some of our leaders are just so dedicated and committed that she has to be here to help. We're going to talk about children's support groups. I've heard, I got to keep my finger away from that one. Okay, we've heard a lot of requests about children's support groups, and people are cautious about that, and rightly so, but we're going to learn a little bit more about how to organize and conduct a children's support group. So we're really excited to have Kathy, who's the teen group leader for the Dayton group, tell us more about that. Business and social guidelines are extremely important. We got to make sure that, I got to keep my finger off that. We got to make sure that we make the proper decisions on how we're serving our members and also how we relate with the community. So Kendra Nielsen-Miles is the co-leader of this program, and she's a founder of the EDS Wellness back in February 2016, and she's going to give us a summary of some of the business considerations that you need to keep in mind. Also talking about some groups would like to be nonprofits, so we'd like to tell you some information about how to go about doing that. There's going to be a panel discussion. Actually, we're going to have all the speakers up on the stage and ask them a question related to how their organizations, for example, can support EDS. And Mandy's going to join us for that as well. We're really excited to have Mandy come and sing for us as well. So she's going to be here giving a presentation and singing her songs. And those of you that don't know Mandy, she's actually an award-winning singer, songwriter, and inspirational speaker who lost her hearing at the age of 19 from EDS. Most of us know her from her fantastic performance at America's Got Talent last year. So she's going to tell us her experience with that as well. So I'm going to give a general wrap-up at the end and kind of thank people for what they are doing for us. And then I wanted to just go through the overall program. Yes, this is going to be a busy day. There's a lot of content we're trying to get through. We're going to give you a few breaks along the way. So each one of the presentations is going to be given. Some are half an hour. Some of them are about an hour. And then we're going to have a brief break. Most of them are 5-minute breaks. Some are 10, some are 15. The people in the room are going to have opportunity to eat lunch, and I'm sure that others that are on the live stream will want to do that as well. So there's going to be a break coming up, and we're going to introduce Dr. Linda Bloomstein, who's going to discuss EDS and the invisible visible disease.